Lee Andrews has been touting sex tape with Katie Price for MONTHS, as he plans to sell video to companies who cashed in on Kim K and Pamela Anderson's leaked footage for £250,000. Lee Andrews has allegedly been touting his sex tape with wife Katie Price for months, amid his plans to sell the footage for £250,000. New reports claim Lee has considered selling the video to Vivid Entertainment, who cashed in on leaked videos of Kim Kardashian and Pamela Anderson. Self-proclaimed millionaire businessman Lee, 43, was jailed again last week, just a month after his release from Dubai's Awir prison. Reports then emerged claiming a voice note allegedly sent by Lee to a friend before he was detained on fraud allegations captures him discussing a tape that might go for a pretty penny.
Wet boots ruining your mornings? The job site boot dryer uses gentle, fanless heat to quietly dry boots, shoes, and gloves overnight, helping reduce dampness and odor. Want to check today's Amazon deal? Scan the QR code now or visit grabdeal.us/4 before it's gone.
In the alleged recording, Lee reportedly says he needs to get cash quickly and suggests the tape could earn him £250,000. He reportedly backtracked when he learned that it would be illegal, saying he had only been joking. Katie has denied all claims of ever making a sex tape with Lee. Claims of the sex tape were first documented by The Sun's Ellie Henman, who reported hearing a voice note allegedly made by Lee in which he discussed money-making plans. She claims Lee was touting a sex tape he said he had of him and Katie around in the U.S. He seemed to be pretty au fait with companies he needed to contact. People were talking about it over here, saying he'd contacted Vivid Entertainment and other companies who distribute adult content. He had money on his mind too, and there was a suggestion on his side of getting an advance of £250,000. He wasn't taken seriously, and it all came to nothing in the end, but that didn't stop him trying. The Daily Mail has contacted Katie and Lee's representatives for a comment. Katie hit back at the reports of a sex tape on Saturday, sharing a statement that read, "This story is completely untrue. I have never made such a tape, and any suggestion otherwise is false and deeply misleading." The claims appear to be based on a voice note sent from Lee discussing a tape which does not exist and never will. This material has been passed to The Sun by a third party and does not reflect reality. She added, "I feel incredibly upset, abused, and humiliated that such serious and false allegations have been shared publicly without any factual basis." In the voice note, Lee reportedly said, "I could always release my sex tape with my wife, but it might go for a pretty penny. Yeah, there is a short one of that, but that's between you and me. So see if a newspaper will pay for that £250,000. However, apparently when Lee was warned that it was illegal without Katie's consent, he quickly backtracked on his alleged plans. He reportedly replies, "I was not serious on that, mate. We have OnlyFans. We will do our thing on this." On Friday, Lee's father was reportedly thrown in the same Dubai prison as his son, after being reported to officials on suspicion of fraud. In yet another twist in the businessman's own legal saga, Peter was brought to officials' attention by a third party, The Sun claims. Katie had been communicating with Lee's father Peter when he first went missing in May, and it was he who first confirmed to Daily Mail that his son had been arrested. It's thought that Katie has finally reached the end of her tether with her husband, with pals urging her to finally leave him. A source said, "Both Lee and his dad are now behind bars in the same prison. Lee maintains his innocence and is hoping to pay off his outstanding debts and get out of that hellhole as quickly as possible. He is trying to raise the collateral to get him out of the country and return to the UK, where he hopes to start his life afresh. Whether poor Katie will be there to greet him on the other side remains to be seen. Right now, she is furious with it all and fed up with all the drama and white noise her husband is bringing. Friends are urging her to leave him." Lee was released from prison last month, but last week was rearrested in Dubai. Lee is said to have gone in on Tuesday morning, yet is bragging he is set for release as he has raised the £120,000 fine he was faced with. A source revealed that Lee had told a pal, "They've arrested me. We need to make a noise with a GoFundMe." They added to The Sun, Lee had been stressed out in the days leading up to his arrest as he needed to raise money he believed he owed. It hasn't been an easy few months for the couple, after he was released from Awir prison 4 weeks ago, where he was detained due to fraud allegations, although he insists he was captured at gunpoint after being suspected of espionage. In an Instagram post, Lee continued to insist there is not one shred of evidence that he has been charged with fraud, hitting out at his ex-fiancée Alana for spreading the story. He claimed he was taken to the Qatar border by the men, at gunpoint, and was captured by men with assault rifles, before adding, "They did slap me round a little bit, little SS." Lee has also been accused by multiple exes of conning them, most recently being accused of taking £5,000 from a vulnerable woman in another alleged scam. Lee then set the internet alight when he seemingly disappeared into thin air after Katie initially claimed he had been kidnapped. It then emerged Lee was being held at Dubai's notorious Al Awir prison. The Daily Mail revealed in January that Lee took out a £200,000 mortgage in his ex Dina Taji's name without her knowledge. She then took legal action against him, resulting in Lee being slapped with a travel ban from Dubai. Dina has refused to talk publicly about Lee, but agreed to meet up with Katie recently to warn her about staying with her husband. Meanwhile, his ex Crystal Jank, 40, claimed Lee hoodwinked her into handing over £123,000 to invest in his company, on the promise he could get a return of £1 million, with his ex-fiancée Alana Percival also issuing warnings on social media.